So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Indiana Fever and what ended up happening for the what ended up happening obviously with the situation with Caitlin Clark. So if you guys don't know, you're probably been living under a rock right now. Um and it is basically Caitlin Clark yesterday was supposed to be playing. The Indiana Fever, she hadn't been practicing. She had been hurt, and the Fever decided that they didn't want to tell anybody. They decided, you know what, we're actually just not going to tell anyone she's injured, and we're just going to, you know, leave it at that. Leave it at that. We're not going to tell anyone, and it's just going to be um a thing that fans show up on today, and she's not playing. So everyone kind of expected, because the rules state that she has to at least be listed as questionable or probable. She's now listed as probable for tomorrow's game, where I assume she probably is going to play. But it's going to be one of those things where the punishment now is, I don't think they've necessarily set the punishment, but I do think this is almost like a league-wide warning. The surprise is as well, I think Connecticut did the exact same thing with Brittany Griner. She wasn't on the injury report, but even though she wasn't on the injury report, she would miss the game. But they did avoid a major punishment, which is, to be honest, like, should they have been fined? Probably. Fine shouldn't have been anything big. And the thing is, when it comes to fines, like things like this, is like when it with the fact that betting is now such a big thing, and like these betting companies run the damn leagues. I'm shocked that she wasn't. I'm shocked they weren't fined. I'm actually shocked. I'm very, very shocked that the Indiana Fever were not fined. And like realistically, they only they got a warning, which is enough to dissuade them from doing it again. It's enough to dissuade them from doing it again, and it's probably enough to dissuade any team from doing it again. And to be fair, like, if they gave a punishment, they would set a precedent, as in whatever money they fine the Fever is now the precedent for doing it, if you get me. So whatever the Fever are being fined, that is the precedent for what the fine is going to be for this. And they're probably like not fully even aware themselves of what they want to the fine to be. They probably didn't think someone was going to do it this early in the season, and not in as high profile a situation, because you better believe that in this situation, if it was a non-Caitlin Clark player, no one would care. No one would care. Again, like, I'm pretty confident the Connecticut Sun did the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure they did the exact same thing. So if you look at the Connecticut Sun page here, let's look at the media. So where is the injury report? Did they tweet it out? I thought it would have been a picture. But before the game, they announced Brittany Griner was out. And yeah, as you can see here from the PR page. So Leila Khan and Ono are out. Updated, Brittany Griner's out. Like, they did the exact same thing. It's not like the Fever are the only team to have ever done this, and it's also not like the Fever are the only team to have ever done it on this night. So my guess is that when it came down to the Fever, is that they they basically have to they can't find the Fever, because if they find the Fever, they find the Sun. If they find the Fever, they find the Sun. Because it would be a crazy one. And it's very different to warn one team and not another team. Like, if you're the Indiana Fever or sorry, if you're the league, you're just going to be saying, given Whiteside Clark did not practice and there was no indication she was dealing with ailments, this was ruled out. You would imagine something the league looks into. They've received a warning in regards to proper injury reporting. My guess is that, realistically is that this is like the whole league has probably got a thing being like, this is the one warning. It's like this is the one warning. We are warning the fever, and that's basically it. If anyone else does this, there's going to be a fine. And yeah, it is. Look, it is what it is. I don't think this is the be all and end all. I don't think this is something that really matters. And I think if they'd fined them 100K, it wouldn't have made any difference either. I think all in all, this is something where it's like, look, the Indiana Fever are probably in a position now where it's like, okay, we probably messed up a little bit. We probably messed up a little bit with the reporting, and I think at this stage, look, even though we all kind of know they probably messed up, I think everybody, I don't think it happens again. We've already seen them list Caitlin Clark as probable for tomorrow. I think a warning basically to the league is a don't let this happen again. A don't let this happen again. And look, at the end of the day, could the was a punishment too soft? Given the circumstances of, like, to be honest, from the league, I don't think the punishment is too soft. Like, the real punishment is the fact that the fans are completely losing trust, have completely lost trust in the organization. Like, that's the real punishment from this, is that about 8 to 10,000 people showed up to the game. They sold 14,000 tickets. At least 3 to 4,000 didn't show up. So yeah, that's basically that's one of those things where it's like, that is the real punishment. And the real punishment is that the fans are continuing to just lose trust in this organization. And to be honest, regardless of what the league says or does, or the league giving them $100,000 fine, like, that's not, like, a $100,000 fine is not going to change anything. However, again, considering the fact that the arena was empty, I think that might do it. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.